I feel like we're in a war here. It's a war on terror. You know, these fucking perverts, you know, aren't they the real terrorists? Terrorizing little kids, driving them to suicide. Isn't that like murdering them, basically? If you fuck with their mind so much that they can't go on, they really can't go on.
Ricky was abused himself, and he was so tormented. His intention was to confront his mother.
Man, if I don't get to her and life goes on, I'm gonna keep hunting her in the next life. You know, we're dropping like flies. Yeah, people are going out. Man, they have so much blood on their hands. It's not even fucking funny.
Everybody looked up to him. And when he left the Children of God cult, when he turned his back on his mother, every one of us could not help but look to him as a sort of leader. And I think that that burden weighed heavily on him.
Let's go hunting for some fucking child traffickers. Man, it's gonna feel good to do some damage, even if it's not much. As far as I can go, that's what I'm gonna do. It's gonna feel so fucking good. Liberating. Justice will be done, believe me. It's only a matter of time. Somehow, some way, it's gonna happen. Maybe fate will smile on me. The god of war. Maybe they will grant me happy hunting. We shall see.
There's a very famous picture of Karen Zerby. She looks untitled. She was a queen and she acted like it. She had her own maid. She had someone else that would help her to wash her hair, take care of her personal hygiene. She controlled everything, and all the information came to her, and no decisions were made without her approval. And her son, Davidito, he was there. You can see him pictured with his mum, smiling and looking close to her, but it was a lie. He was sidelined because he wasn't towing the party line, he was speaking out. There was one organized evening. It was supposed to be like a Moulin Rouge type evening. It was an orchestrated orgy event that the leadership controlled. And Ricky was in the corner and just saying, "What is this?" So there was this expectation that he would be leading alongside his mother, and yet he was going, "I'm not having anything of it." And I was like, "Okay, I'll go with you." And we spent the time just talking. And he was disgusted by this stuff. And then he said, "Celeste, this is a cult." And I remember being, "What? We're not a cult. We don't follow a leader. You know, we believe in Jesus." And so to even say that, you know, he said, "My mom is a cult leader." And that was like a light bulb. There were those of us who were not able to adjust and who really, really struggled. And I was grateful that I had my mother and my sister and grandparents to go back to. Davidito didn't. His mother was the cult leader. Where do you go with that? Ricky posted a lot of his thoughts and his experiences and what he had been through, how aggrieved he was and how much he felt the lack of justice. And we reconnected through that website, and we spoke on the phone a couple of times. And I was still quite full of hope and optimism that, no, we can do something, we can speak out. But he told me, he said, Celeste, no, it's not gonna happen. You know, I'm gonna do this my way. And the end of the conversation was, call me again, please call me again tomorrow, because let's talk about this.
Where was I? You know, I better check to make sure this fucking thing is actually recording. Just got a new camera here. Okay, we're back. I've been going non-fucking stop, like I'm sure everybody else has, since I left that fucking cult. So anyway, I'm just loading some of my mags here. Hope you guys don't mind if I do that while I talk. You know, anger does not begin to describe how I feel about these people and what they've done. You know, I mean, rage. I get livid. You know, just that's a little closer to the way I feel. They sure fucked up our brains. Used us as slaves, because that's what we were, every last fucking one of us. No matter how we were treated, we were fucking slaves. Just there for those sick fuckers' pleasure. That's all it was. That's the way it was at Grandpa and Mama's house. You know, if it had just gotten a little better, even emotionally, mentally for me, and it would have been okay, it would have given me hope. But it's gotten worse. Every fucking day has been a little worse than the day before. What can I say? I guess I've said it all.
In case you're wondering, what he is doing while he talks is taking those cartridges off the desktop, loading them into the gun that must be in his lap. This is a story about a group that once called itself the Children of God.
Ricky Rodriguez set out to take his revenge. But his mother was in hiding, and so his first stop was her best friend, Angela Smith, the woman pictured here with the 3-year-old Ricky. A woman, he says, abused him. Ricky Rodriguez stabbed Angela Smith to death and headed out into the desert, apparently in search of his mother. He never found her. Instead, he put his gun to his own head.
I don't think there's gonna be much time to feel anything.
The shock, the sadness, the loss, and I was in a state of shock.
I was heartbroken by what happened to him, because it could have happened to any of us.
This was like a bomb going off in the ex-member community. Everything blew up. And I think for a lot of us, it made the trauma that we'd experienced quite real. There was real things that happened to us, real trauma and real damage. And I think for me, it made me reflect on times that I'd thought about doing the same.
Ricky felt that the only way for him to get retribution was to take it into his own hands. And I think that the authorities played a role in that because of how there was a great big void in the justice system for us. And his intention was to confront his mother, for his own sake and for all of our sake. She has a lot to answer for.
Well, hey everyone. This is Rick, and I am making this video, well, for many reasons, I guess. I suppose the main reason is that I want there to be some record of the way I feel, my ideas, just who I was, really. I've got to know some ex-members here and there, some more than others. But I wanted to explain some of the things that I've been doing and thinking and some of the frustrations that I've had. Anyway, I don't know, I guess it's my sort of my last grasp at immortality. I know that I'm not immortal, and I know that this video is not going to make me so. But at the same time, I want people to know that even though some of the things that I'm going to try to do are rather shocking and maybe not right in a lot of people's books, I want to explain some of the reasons behind them. So anyway, I'm just loading some of my mags here. Hope you guys don't mind if I do that while I talk. So, I watched every day new bruises on her. Big, fucking, fat fucking bruises. And I started thinking to myself, holy fuck, you know? There's gotta be a way. There's gotta be a way how one person can stand up to a group of strong men. There's gotta be some sort of equalizer. And I found that equalizer in edged weapons and training. Anyway, getting back to suicide, that's what I wanted to do. Then I would kill myself. And God, how I want to do that. How I want to follow that scenario. I just want to leave. Spend a few months and then end it. But you know what? I feel that that would be the selfish thing to do. That would be the quitter's way out. Because, yeah, I'm sort of quitting right now, but in a way I'm not. Because I'm not doing it the way I want to do it. I'm trying to do something lasting. Something that if, God forbid, in the next life it does go on, that I can look back on this, if I'm able to, and know that, okay, maybe I didn't technically do the right thing, but I tried to do something to help. I didn't just fade away. I didn't just turn tail and run and let those fuckers win. That I did what I could to make a difference. And I don't really know how far I'm going to get. I'm starting to think now that it's not going to be that far. And that's going to suck ass. I might not. I'll get one person, that's for sure. My source for the information. The goal is to bring down those sick fuckers, Mama and Peter. My own mother. What an evil little cunt. God damn. How can you do that to kids? How can you do that to kids and sleep at night? I don't fucking know. Anyway. So, I don't want to turn and run, you know? I want to... My goal is to get those sick fucks, Mom and Peter, and, you know, then I can go to the next life knowing that, you know, that I made a difference. I'll still go. No matter what happens, I'll still go knowing that I tried, that I did the best that I could at the time, given my experiences, given my state of mind, given that I was alone, given that I struggle with so many things, that if I had it clear, if I had the warrior's mind like Miyamoto Musashi wrote about in Musashi, in the Book of Five Rings, you know, I probably would have gotten a lot further in this endeavor, you know. Just thinking of nothing but killing the opponent. Single-minded. No background noise in your mind. No internal chatter. Just getting down to business and doing it. But unfortunately, it hasn't been that easy for me. Anyway, I'll give it a shot. We'll see what happens. Hopefully, if I don't make it, hopefully somebody else will pick up the torch. Hopefully, in the end, whether they rot in jail and get boo-fooed in the ass by whether somebody blows their fucking head off or slits their fucking throat, hopefully somebody will do something effectively that will end their miserable fucking lives. But anyway, my main incentive in this is knowing that not only will it make me feel a whole fuck of a lot better, but that maybe it'll bring, well, if I'm successful, which is starting to look kind of slim chance right now, but it's worth a shot, because if I am successful, I mean, I can just see all those fucking thousands of family kids, you know, who've been abused. Okay, maybe there's not thousands. You know, maybe some of the kids, especially the new generation, they don't know they're abused. They don't think I guess they certainly haven't been sexually abused. But you know what? That's not good enough. Because what about all of the thousands of us who have been fucked over, literally? What about us? Where's our apology? They're not even fucking sorry. They're not even fucking sorry. But can you imagine? All of a sudden, to hear one day, guess what? Mom and Peter are fucking dead. Yeah. Somebody went into their house, or their fucking motorhome, or whatever. They poured gasoline on them. They lit a match. And we had a fucking barbecue. Wow. Can you imagine? I can imagine putting myself in this place, how it would make me feel if I heard that somebody did that. It would be like, wow, there is justice in this world. And an incredible weight would be lifted off my shoulders, and I would be able to go on with my life. Yeah, I had a lot of fucking problems, but I got stuck on this one thing. I got stuck because there's this need that I have. This need, it's not a want, it's a fucking need, and I wish it wasn't, but it is. It's a need for revenge. It's a need for justice. Because I can't go on like this. So, I can imagine how I would feel. how liberating it would be. And I hope that if I'm successful, I mean, I can't see how it wouldn't have this effect on people, you know? And anything you talk about the family would end up like, oh, but Jesus Christ, they got what they deserved. That's worth dying for. Even the thought, even the attempt at bringing that about for people, that gift to give them, is worth dying for. You bet it is. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to try. I'm going to try my very best, you know? I feel like we're in a war here. It's not necessarily a literal war, like I'm making it, but it's a war nonetheless. I feel like every one of us who is left and in some way speaks out, in some way tries to help somebody, in some way tries to help ourselves, is a soldier in this war. It's a war on terror, because these fuckers are the real terrorists. You know, Bush and Kerry get up there on their campaign platforms, and they both talk about how they're going to hunt down Al-Qaeda terrorists and kill them. And kill them. That's what they said. Hunt them down and kill them. Well, you know, my question is, you know, what about these, you know, fucking perverts? You know, aren't they the real terrorists? Terrorizing little kids? Driving them to suicide? Isn't that like murdering them, basically? If you fuck with their mind so much that they can't go on, they really can't go on. Isn't that like killing them? Fucking bastards. Anyway. It's a war on terror. It's like the military, you know, there's many different branches. There's special ops, so I'm starting to think that I'm sort of in this war. There's the medics. I know some people who are medics. The kind of people who are so cool to be around, who make you feel good about yourself, encourage you. They have their own, God knows they have a lot of their own struggles, but they try to put those aside and help other people. Those are like the medics. There's the people in PsyOps, psychological warfare, I think. There's the generals, people who are trying to coordinate this effort even now as we speak. You know, they're doing what they can to put together new battles, new court cases, articles, trying to get people aware of what's happening still in many ways. Yeah. So I think we're all part of it. I think we all have our part to play. Yeah. She tells me my sister's doing good. Yeah, right. I was talking with somebody else. We were talking about, because we sort of left around the same time, I guess. She was at my mom's place for longer than I was, though. Talking about my sister and what a sad little thing she was back then. I can only imagine how bad it is now. Anyway. My mom's going to pay for that. She's going to pay dearly, one way or another. If I don't get to her, and life goes on, I'm going to keep hunting her in the next life, let me tell you. And I want to keep going until somebody gets her, I get her. Justice will be done, believe me. It's only a matter of time. Somehow, some way, it's going to happen. I'm going to try to do my part. We'll see what happens and go from there. But yeah, I mean, I guess I fucking said all I can say, and what can I say, you know? What can I fucking say? How to have a peaceful, happy life. I tried. I did. Maybe I didn't try hard enough. Gave it what I could, you know. I did. You know, should I beat myself up because I'm not as strong as other people? should I berate myself because I didn't have the, mental stamina? So, anyhow, I guess we'll see what happens. I hope that, y'all keep going. Whoever watches this video, I hope that, I hope for one, it helps to understand a bit where I'm coming from. But, I sort of seem laid back right now, but Jesus Christ. Anger does not begin to describe how I feel about these people and what they've done. Rage. I get livid. Just, that's a little closer to the way I feel. And, it's gonna feel good to do some damage, even if it's not much. As far as I can go, that's what I'm gonna do. It's gonna feel so fucking good. Liberating. So, anyway. What can I say? I guess I've said it all. Alright. Okay, well, keep fighting, keep the faith, and all that other stuff. And someday, in some way, some of us are going to be around to see those fuckers burn. Literally or figuratively. They're going down. So, with that happy thought, I shall leave you.